Lord, oh my soul, worship His holy name. Sing like never before, oh my soul, worship Your holy name. Yes, I worship Your holy name. Sing with me. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul, worship His holy name. Sing like never before, oh my soul, I worship Your holy name. Yes, I worship Your holy name. The sun comes down, it's a new day dawning. It's time to sing Your song again. Wherever may comes, wherever stands before me, let me be singing when the evening comes. Sing with me. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul, worship His holy name. Sing like never before, oh my soul, I worship Your holy name. Yes, I worship Your holy name. The sun comes up, it's a new day dawning. It's time to sing Your song again. Wherever I may pass, whatever lies before me, let me be singing when the evening comes. Hallelujah. Sing with me, Lord. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul, worship Your holy name. Sing like never before, oh my soul, I worship Your holy name. Yes, I worship Your holy name. I worship Your holy name. Yes, I worship Your holy name. You're rich in love. You're rich in love, and you're slow to anger. Your name is great, and Your heart is kind. For all Your goodness, I will keep on singing. 10,000 reasons for my heart to find. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul, worship Your holy name. I have 10,000 reasons for my heart to rejoice. Sing like never before, oh my soul, I worship Your holy name. Yes, I worship Your holy name. And on that day, when my strength is failing, the end draws near, and my time has come, so my soul will sing praises unending. 10,000 reasons forevermore. Sing with me, bless the Lord. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul, worship Your holy name. Yes, I worship You, my King. Sing like never before, oh my soul, worship Your holy name. Yes, Lord, yes, I worship Your holy name. Yes, I worship Your I worship You, my soul. Yes, I worship Your holy name. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, Oh, my soul, worship your holy name. Sing like never before. Oh, my soul, I worship your holy name. Yes, I worship your holy name, and I worship you, Almighty God, 'cause there is none like you. Sing with me and I worship you, Lord. I worship you, Prince of Peace. That is what I want to do. I give you praise, 'cause you are my righteousness. Yes, you are. I worship you, Almighty, mighty God, 'cause there is none like you. Sing with me, I worship you, Lord. I worship you, Almighty God, 'cause there is none like you. There is none like you. Singing, there is none like you. I worship you, Prince of Peace. That is what I want to do. I give you my praise, because you are my righteousness. I worship you, Almighty God, 'cause there is none like you. Blessed be the name of the Lord. He is worthy to be praised and adored. So we lift up holy hands in one accord, singing, blessed be the name, blessed be the name, blessed be the name of the Lord. Thank you for watching, Sarah. Blessed be the name of the Lord. You are worthy to be praised and adored. So we lift up holy hands. So we lift up holy hands. In one accord, singing, blessed be the name, blessed be the name, blessed be the name of the Lord. For you are glorious and worthy to be praised. You are the Lamb upon the throne, and He righteousness forever over all that dwelleth on the earth. For you are glorious and worthy to be praised. You are the Lamb upon the throne, and He righteousness forever over all that dwelleth on the earth. Yes, you are over all that dwelleth on the earth. And unto you we lift our voice in worship, for you are the Lamb upon the throne. Thank you, Lord, over all that dwelleth on the earth. Oh, for you are glorious. You are worthy, 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 to be praised. You are the Lamb, yes, Lord. Upon the throne, you reign in righteousness forever and over all that dwelleth on the earth. Thank you for this love, Lord. Thank you for your pure sinners. Wash me in your cleansing flow. Now that I know your forgiveness and embrace. Worthy is the Lamb, Jesus, Lamb of God. I crown you now with many crowns. You reign victorious. High and lifted up, Jesus, Son of God. The darling of heaven crucified. Worthy is the Lamb. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you for this love, Lord. Yes, Lord. Thank you for the price you paid. Wash me in your cleansing flow. In love you came and gave amazing grace. Yes, Lord. Thank you for the price you paid. Thank you, Lord. Thank you for everything that you did for me. You did it because of me. I'm forgiven because you were forsaken. I'm accepted. You were condemned. I'm alive and well. Your spirit lives within me. Because you love, you died and rose again. Amazing love, how can it be that my King would die for me? Yes, Lord. Amazing love, that is always true. It's my love to honor you in all I do. I adore you. I'm forgiven because you were forsaken. I'm accepted. You were condemned. I'm alive and well. Your spirit is within me. Because you died and rose again. Amazing Lamb, how can it be that my King would die for me? He mentioned my name on the cross when he was dying. Amazing Lamb, that is always true. It's my joy to honor you in all I do. I adore you. You are my King. Jesus, you are my King. Savior, you are my King. Amazing Lord, that is always true. How can it be that my King would die for me? Yes, you did. An amazing love, that is always true. It's my joy to honor you in all I do. I adore you. You are my King. Jesus, you are my King. Daddy, you are my King. Yeah. Amazing love, how can it be that my King would die for me? Yes, Lord. Amazing love, that is always true. It's my joy to honor you in all I do. I honor you. I never knew myself worth until I look at his face on the cross. I never knew how important I was until the day I gazed at his face on the cross. And he bid me and said, come, because I love you. That day changed every aspect of my life. And from that day I decided to live every day, every second, every minute for him. It has not been as I wanted. It has never been as he wanted either. But I'm still here. I'm still here. Why? Because he made me aware. He made me aware. Coming from dysfunctional home, coming from polygamy home, I disqualify myself. My mother was married to a man who was married. My mother had already made 8 children, made 3 children in her first marriage. It wouldn't go well. So she bumped into a man who had also about 8 children already, because the firstborn of my mom to my dad was at the same age of the 10th birth of my mother rival. I became the 12th in between the 11 or the 12. So every now and then I saw myself, because of the background, I was disqualified. Until one day I came across him. And he said, I am your creator. You are in my care ever before you were born. He made me aware I was his. I don't know where you were born. I don't know the condition that you were born into might have disqualified you. But I am a witness. You are not an accident. Neither am I. Your birth wasn't a mistake or misshape. Your life is not a flake of nature. Your parents might have not planned you, but God did. Your parents might not have thought of giving birth to you, but God did. He was not at all surprised by your birth. In fact, he expected it. Long before you were conceived in your mother's womb, your parents, before they conceive you, you were conceived in the mind of God. He thought of you first. It is not fate, no chance, no luck, no coincidence that you are here. You are not here at this time, at this moment, for any reason, but for the reason of God. You are alive because God wanted it so. You are alive because God wanted it so. He wanted it so. In 1996, I fell into sin of fornication. I was leading a church, and there was a planned thing, spiritually planned. I was ignorant and naive. I had overcome many sexual temptation, but this one, I thought that it was fine. Not only that, because I thought I was in need of something that this person can provide. Whenever you think that you are in need of something that somebody can provide, that is the highest level that you can lose your balance and lose your birthright. I was in need of something from a woman. I was in need of a wife. I was in need of somebody that will produce my children for me. So I thought, I look at this beautiful, attractive lady. Beautiful. Woo! She was. She had everything that I needed. No stress. Finish up. Totally finish up. So I gave in to my lust. Before I was aware, she said, I'm pregnant. I said, what? It cannot be. You need to go and abort this child. You need to. Why? I was afraid what people will say. Whoa, he's a pastor. He's a Christian doing this. wanted to cover up my name. So I said, darling, you need to abort this baby. Brother Gabriel, did you say that? Yes, I did. Amazing love, how can it be? The sister said, I'm not. That was my first son. He's now moving around. When I'm walking with him, people think that, wow, is he your junior brother? I said, it's my son. You think I'm so young? He's now 21. I know that if my son hear this, he might be disappointed. But boy, you forgive me. I was selfish. I was egoistic. I was thinking of myself. I was thinking about my reputation. Today I might be sitting here and crying that, Lord, forgive me for that abortion. Thank God that the lady didn't abort it. She didn't abort him. He's a prophet. His voice is going to be heard in my generation. After I've gone, he is going to take this mantle. And I know he will. What will life be without this testimony? Your mother and your father might have thought that you were coincidence, but I'm here to testify that you are not. Mama didn't want it, daddy didn't want it, but God wanted you. You are valuable in the eyes of God. The Lord will fulfill his promises concerning you. My God will fulfill all the promises that he has said that he will. Psalm 138. Everything that God has said, he will do it. He is not a man that will lie. A son of man that will change his mind towards you. So I'm here to recommend you. I don't think that you are here coincidentally. God have predestined you. He determined that you will come on earth. That is why I'm against contraception. That is why I'm against abortion. That is why I'm against those who are using condoms and preventing children to come on earth. That's why I'm against it. That's why I'm against it. God has every detail about you. He deliberately chose your race, your color, your skin color, your hair, and every other features. God chose my color. God chose my hair tester. So I need to know that I am perfectly designed to fulfill the mandate of God. That is why I'm against women who put on attachment. I am against that because God chose my hair to be as it is. I am against that because God chose my skin color. He never made a mistake. He didn't overlook me. He has me on his focus. I recently went into a shop to buy a paint for my car. And the mechanic had to look through all kinds of books to find the actual color of my car. I was surprised. He said, I can't find the code. The color code of your car, I'm struggling. Do you know that white man will sit down and plan? So when I came back, I Googled, what are those ingredients? I wanted to know the chemical reaction that goes through to create even that color. And I sat down and all that they were able to give me wasn't something that I could imagine with my little knowledge about physics and chemistry. I wanted to know the chemistry of color. Where did they get all these paints from? We have thousands of different colors being used on cars. You may think that the color are the same. They are not. Every color is different. Darling, don't look down upon yourself. Your finger, God knew the color that he made it to be. He have counted everything of you. You are not here by mistake. Neither are you here for experiments. And that is why I am against women that don't like their skin color, want to bleach their skin color, because the word of God is against that. looking for the paints. The man has to be very careful. Look through, came and look at the car, put a light to get an actual color. You are not here by mistake. Every hole, every place that God wanted holes to be, He put holes there. Sister, why are you punching holes on your ears? Because God didn't make it right. Why are you punching holes on your nose to pierce? Why are you cutting your body to get a mark? Because of ignorance. Because of ignorance and foolishness of my forefathers. Certain parts in Africa, I met a gentleman, very intelligent man from Nigeria. And he was a supervisor, a caretaker in a secondary school. And when I met him, his face has been totally damaged with all kinds of trouble mark. And the first question answer, whether he said, look at me, Gabriel. Coming from the ignorant people, look at how they've made my handsome face. As we were standing there and talking, his daughter came, very beautiful and attractive Miss Ray, because the guy was married to a German lady. And beautiful girl appeared. And looking at his daughter's face and looking at the man's face, I bow my face down. Is there any makeup that can change it? No, sir. He has to live for the rest of his life. He has to accept himself. Why can't you accept your hair color? Somebody's face, they come from Nigeria. There is a tribe that really is like they're putting fork just to destroy your face. Oh, mass everywhere. It's like Ghana, also the Frafra tribe. They do such foolishness. Madness, ignorance. Many are ashamed to come out. Sister, if you are from that tribe, don't be ashamed. I do apologize. I do apologize for our ignorance parents who never knew the image of God. Some of them, no makeup can change it. No plastic surgery can change it. Sister, somebody wish to have your face that you want to discolor it with paints. Why are you selling your birthright so cheap to the devil? Why? God knows who you are. He loves you the way you are. If God wanted you to have long hair, sister, the Lord was so intelligent enough to give you long hair. If God wanted to get Brazilian hair, darling, the Lord would have given you Brazilian hair. But in His wisdom, He chose to give you that curly hair. Accept that. Accept that. Comb it. Go on your way. If somebody hates you, let him hate you because of your character, not because of your looks. Because you cannot apologize to anybody because God have made you so. That's why I speak against this, because God speaks against that. Makeups, eyelashes, painting of faces, it is abominable and it is insult to God. Enhancement of beauty. Enhancement of beauty is leading many people astray. It depends upon who is dealing with the topic. Somebody said, I'm going to make a research. Some people are fools. Research from where? Go on Google. Who wrote it? Human being. If you want to make a research, go on your knees. Go to God. He made it. And trace it from the beginning. Was it so? Every research that you are making, go back to God. Because He's the source. And ask Him, did He make it so? Other than that, don't follow all what you're reading from internet. At highest, go to the Bible. And if Bible doesn't answer, you go back to God. Today I'm dealing with don't sell your birthright. Don't sell your birthright. Blow the trumpet and sound the alarm at 4. Don't sell your birthright. Don't sell your birthright. God has made you the way you are. He made you the way you are for a purpose. He created you to come from environments for a purpose. He created you to be on earth at this particular time for a purpose. And if you don't know the purpose, you abuse your life. The psalmist said that you knew me inside and out. You knew every bone in my body. You know exactly how I was made. Bit by bit, I was sculptured from nothing into something. Psalm number 138. Psalm number 138. The Lord is talking to you and me. Sorry, 139 verse 15. Psalm 139 verse 15. The Lord saw you whilst you were in your mother's womb. He saw you before you were born. He made everything possible for you to come to this place called earth. That your purpose and your meaning will be known by coming back to God to know Him. Don't sell your birthright for anything which disqualifies you. Today I want to focus on a gentleman who sold his birthright. The earth is deceiving us. The world hates us. And everything that the world stands for is against what God has in place for us. Romans the chapter number 9, the verse 13. Just as it is written, Jacob I love, but Esau I hated. Esau I hated. Ladies and gentlemen, when did that hatred begin? When did that hatred begin? Where? Is it the time he was in mother's womb? Or the time he was on earth? I want you to know God knows everything. Our future choices are not hidden from God. Basically, there is nothing. My trouser is wet and my Bible is gradually getting wet. My leather Bible is getting spoiled. Basically, everything concerning your life, it looks as if you and me, we have lived our life here before. God knows everything. That means there is nothing that you and me will do to surprise God. Esau I hate, but Jacob I love. Why did God say so? He says so because he knew the choices of Jacob. God foreknew the choices of Jacob was not going to be a good choice. God foreknew that Esau was not going to make a good choice. And based on that, God rejected him right from the beginning, before his birth. As the story goes, and you and me know, and maybe you have not heard the story before, when Isaac and Rebekah conceived their children, and the only children that they had, the Bible said that there was always contention in Rebekah's belly. So Rebekah and Isaac decided to pursue God and inquire of the Lord. And in their inquiry, what came was, there are two nations in your womb. The younger one will rule over the senior one. The second birth will rule over the firstborn. Why? Why must it be so? It must be so because the God who chooses what is good. We make a choice and God will affirm our choices for us. God will make our choices for us. Read with me as we read from Genesis chapter 25. And the Lord said, verse 23, unto her 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. The old generation always supposed to serve the new generation. Why? Because the new generation is advancing. But it is rather unfortunate. But my new generation jump into things without thinking the consequence of them. My new generation are following things without analyzing the danger it imposes on them. Verse 24, and when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red, all over like a hairy garment. And they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on his brother's heel. When the boy was coming, he said, this is the generation of Jacob. We are here to fight for our inheritance. We are here to live by what God has said about us. And we will not allow anything to inherit anything that belongs to us. We will fight for our inheritance. We will fight for our inheritance. So, after they came his brother out, and he was holding the heels of his brother, and therefore they called him Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old, and she bore them when she bore them. Verse 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was cunning hunter. He was cunning hunter, a man of the field. And Jacob was plain man, dwelling in tents. Cunning. Cunning. The Bible called Esau cunning, but called Jacob plain man. Yeah, people have changed the name and called Jacob cunning and called Esau plain man. If you don't understand scripture, you call what God called as good as bad. I've heard many preachers in the past, when I used to listen to American preachers. In the past, everybody was called Jacob a twister, a deceiver, a cunning. But that's not how the Bible called him. I don't know why people are calling him like that. It's one of my favorite Bible characters. He was a man that was always hungry for God. He was a man that was always running after what belongs to God. So, Isaac loved Esau. Why? Because he's the firstborn. And as a father, he knew what firstborn is. So he loved the firstborn. But Rebekah loved Jacob. I don't know why Rebekah chose Jacob. Because her heart was with the Lord. Her mind was with the Lord. How can these boys be divided? The papa loved Esau and mama loved Jacob. Jacob must be loved. So Rebekah chose to love Jacob. The Bible said that he was plain, and women love some people who are plain. Men love cunning, deceive people, but women don't love that. So I can really understand Becky why she chose to love Jacob instead of Esau. The boy was always very close to mom. He was mommy boy. And he knew those boys who are mommy boys. They take good care of mommy. They see to it that mommy is not sad. They always protect mommy from bad men. They are always a shield to mommy. You mommies that you'll understand if you have a boy that loves mom. Always love mom. That was Jacob. He loved mom. He loves mom. He was always there for mommy. And Jacob sought pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee. Without shame, without shame. The story goes like that. Jacob is always at home and he's always preparing something to eat. Bible never mentioned how old were they at this time. But a man reaching a state that he can prepare food for himself, meaning that he was of age. Esau came back. None of them have been married yet, so we don't know the actual age. They might be of teenage. So I don't know where was Rebecca. Why was Rebecca not cooking for the boys? Which will cause such a problem. So when Esau came, he said, I like what you have. People who lack what somebody has, they always sell their birthright unaware. I like the same thing that you are eating. Give me that one. Give me what you are eating. The pot is there. Why don't you go and take some? He said, no. No, you. I know you. You like good things. You prepare it nicely. Give me that one. I will prepare you a new one. I will show you the ingredients. No, I'm hungry, please. Joe, don't do this to me. Jacob said, what is it? This is my blessing that I'm living on. I am living on this. You want my blessing? Say yes. Will you give me your blessing? He said, yeah. What? My blessing? Which one? He said, your birthright. Your firstborn right of the inheritance. That everything that he has been separated unto two. You take one first and you share the next one with me. So you will get 1 and 1.5. So basically you are going to get 3 quarters and I'm going to get a quarter. If you divide it into 2, you are going to get 2/3. That's my fraction. I think my math is gone a bit. So I'm going to get 1/3 and you are going to get the 2/3. It's a deal. For a pottage of stew. Do you know the reason why you are selling your birthright so cheap? You don't like anything about you. You don't like anything about you. You don't like it. You keep on insulting and complaining and accusing people for being the result and the cause of your failure. It's not you. Something is wrong here. You need to renew your mind, not to remove your mind. My brothers and sisters, renew your mind, don't remove it. If you don't know what you have, you lose it. You have the blessing that you go and bargain it for cash, unaware. Therefore now we have pastors all over the globe giving things to people to make a covenant with them, taking up what belongs to them, taking up what belongs to them and putting them in slavery. Don't sell the birthright. Don't sell your birthright for anything that defiles your body. Don't sell your birthright because of what you eat, because of the position, because of market, because of money. You are going to collect things that will become a curse in your life tomorrow. Hallelujah. It is very painful. And Jacob, Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. He is always thinking that he's going to die. The Edomites. His name was called Edom. Ladies and gentlemen, he was a man that could not control his hunger. He couldn't control his desire to acquire things. And therefore he was willing to do everything necessary to get what he needs. Beloved, let us be very careful. Don't sell your birthright. Don't sell your birthright by the choices that you are making. But what you want to put on your body for admiration. For what you want to hear from people for acceptance. Please don't sell it so cheap, because the cost is very high. The cost is very high. The Bible says that Jacob said, sell me this. Sell it to me. He didn't say give it to me. Sell it. Exchange for money. Jacob said, you can't take my porridge for free. Let's go back. Esau was cunning and Jacob was playing. Esau was cunning, Jacob was playing. Read your Bible very well. That is what King James tells us. So I'm preaching from what King James labeled these two boys to be. Jacob demanded birthright for porridge. Plain people, they are playing, but they mean business. Don't trade. Don't trade with destiny hunters. Don't trade with them, because you might take what they don't want and give them what you may need tomorrow. You will render your life desolate. Satan is haunting everything that he has lost. Jacob, by birth, has lost the birthright, but he never gave up. He said, I will fight until I get it. I will fight until I get it. So he made a bargain with Esau and said, brother, sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point of dying. I am at the point of dying. That is what Satan will let you feel when you are at the point of giving up something precious. It looks as if you can't live without that. You can't live without sex. You can't live without money. You can't live without position. You can't live without that beauty. You can't live without that ring. You can't live without that earrings. The devil is a liar. You can live without all of them. You can live without all of them. Live your life to control things that want to steal your birthright away from you. When Satan comes to us, he put pressure on us. Hallelujah. He put pressure on us. God, in the book of Malachi chapter 1 verse 2 and 3, spoke about Jacob as a nation. This is the nation I have chosen for myself. But the nation that Esau is going to lead, I will never accept them. Why? Because they are people who always are not satisfied with what they have. They are not ready to go through the pains and the agony that they are going through. They are really ready every time to exchange their pains for their glory. They are willing to bargain. Instead of suffering to keep what you have, they are willing to give up what they have in order to overcome their current suffering. There might be currently reproach, and because of that you want to do what you're not supposed to do. You don't have money now, therefore you want to do what you're not supposed to. Be careful. Be careful. Listen to God, wait on God. Many of our brethren have made choices that they have regretted today because they were living like Esau. They couldn't go through time and the season, and they were willing to exchange their current pains against their future success. They were willing to surrender things that is good for their future. Don't sell your salvation. Don't sell it for anointing. Don't sell it. Don't sell it. Keep it, because it will save you in good time. Jacob says, sell me today. This is the first of such dilemma in the Bible. Now when people read it, they can't still capture the meaning of it. But I'm throwing a challenge to you. Somebody might be insulting Esau now, but we have so many Esau descendants in Christendom today. Instead of going through the pains to birth out good things, they can't endure. Every pain that you are going through, you must be able to endure. Because blessed are those who are able to go through the pains. Endurance. Our inability to endure pains, our inability to endure disgrace, our inability to endure temporal dissatisfaction will cause us to render ourselves as eternal slaves to sin. It is sad. And Esau said, behold, I'm at point of dying. What profit shall it birth? The birthright do to me. What is birthright? Thing that you don't value. Esau never valued the birthright. He valued his belly. He valued thing that you don't value in your life. You give it up so easily. A young girl, if you don't value your virginity, you give it up. For teenage pregnancy, you give it up. For sexual transmitted diseases. Sister, who you don't value your life, you give it up to a man which is going to torture you for the rest of your life. If you don't value your life, value the life that Christ has given to you, because you mean something to God. If you don't value, you throw it away or you cover up. Jacob said, what is Esau? What is the birthright to me if I die now? People who don't value life think that they can die at any time. People who have become drug addicts. People who have become alcoholics. They were people that they couldn't go through pains. And therefore they so joined themselves with wrong people. And those wrong association has led them these eternal woes that they wish to come back. But only a strong deliverance that can repair how far they have come. Jacob says, swear unto me this day. Swear unto me. Make a covenant with this. Let it be something between me and you. But let it be meaningful. Swear to me that from this day forward, the birthright belongs to me. Then Jacob said, swear to me this day. And he swore unto him. And he sold his birthright unto Jacob. And Jacob gave Esau the bread and pottage of lentils. And he did eat and drink. And rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. He drank it. He ate. Went his way. He thought that it was so easy. He thought that was all over. It wasn't over. When you sell your birthright for things that give you fleshly satisfaction, eternally, I am in pains because I don't know if Esau made heaven. Selling your birthright, selling what God wants you to become. Ladies and gentlemen, that birthright wasn't physical thing, it was spiritual inheritance. It was spiritual inheritance. Why? Because after Jacob had received the blessing, he left home. And when he left home, all that belongs to Jacob, all that was Abraham's, came on Esau. None of them. The day that Jacob left home, none of the inheritance of Abraham was given to Jacob. However, God blessed him and made him rich. Ladies and gentlemen, Bible never mentioned much about Esau. But when we read about Esau's testimony, it wasn't good. He then became a murderer, chasing to kill his own twin junior brother. He hated his brother. He hated his dad, hated his mom, and started to walk in rebellious against all. The spirit of rebellion entered into Esau, and everything that he did wasn't good at all. It wasn't good at all. What are we talking about? When you sell your birthright, you give your protection. You give your inheritance to those things that you've sold yourself to. What have you selling yourself to? What have you sold yourself to? Most of us have sold ourselves to things. that Satan is offering us. Satan is offering us so many things. Satan is offering us so many things. Chapter number 27 verse 41. Genesis 27:41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning of my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother. I'm waiting for my father to die. And very soon we are going to mourn him. And when Rebekah heard that she is going to lose her husband and her son, loveless son, Rebekah said, no way. I can't allow this thing to happen. Go and hide yourself. We got mommies that have a heart to see your future. Connect to such mommies. Connect to mommy and love your mommy. There's somebody here who never had a mama. You never knew your mom. Somebody also lived with a mom, but she never thought that it was mom. The way mommy treated her. The way mommy treated you. But still go back and love your mom. Love your mom. Some of you, you don't consider where your mom is. You don't care. Some of you, your girlfriends, your idolatrous girlfriends who are always walking around idols, who are calling themselves pastors today, they are calling your mom as a witch. Most of mother-in-law from the wife's side are not witch, but the mother-in-law from the father's side are witch. And because of that, you don't even want your mother-in-law, your husband's mom, to see your children. I'm not praying that somebody will do the same thing to you, but it will backfire one day on you. And those of you men who have allowed women to tell you that your mom is a witch, because that woman had finished you, by the way. You are just walking. You don't have values. You don't have values. I want you to come back to God and surrender your ways to God. When Esau saw that Isaac had blessed Jacob and sent him away to Padanaram to take him a wife from thence, and that as he blessed him, he gave him a charge, saying, thou shalt not take a wife of the daughters of Canaanite. That was one of the blessings who Jacob had to obey, but Esau wouldn't obey. Don't take a Canaanite woman. This is the reason why God said, I hate Esau. He doesn't value things that God values. He doesn't value what God values. Some of you don't value gray hair. So with your gray hair, you want to dye it. Don't you think that God knows what beauty is? That is the Esau generation where we are. I'm speaking to the Esau generation to repent. Everything that God has given to you, He gave them to you for a purpose. But you don't value them. So with your gray hair, you want to change it, dye it. With your dark hair, it's not beautiful. Some of you have very beautiful natural color. You don't like it. So you want to put a wig. You want to put extension. Jacob was warned not to intermarry with foreigners because they will cause his heart to be destroyed. And that Jacob obeyed his father. Verse 7. His mother was gone to Padanaram. And Esau, seeing that the daughters of Canaan pleased not Isaac his father, then went Esau into Ishmael, and took unto his wife, which he had, Mahalatha, the daughter of Ishmael, Abraham's son, the sister of Naboth, to be his wife. Why will Esau do this? You could still go to Padanaram, to your uncle, Laban and Uncle Laban is going to give you a wife there. He said, no, I want to do opposites. You see, the Esau generation, they always going to go to the fetish priests, people that God have rejected. They go to them for prayers, and they don't condemn. They don't condemn sin. They don't condemn sin. They promote sin. Never a day will they raise up their voice and condemn sin. Why? Because we are not righteous. We are not righteous. So when you go to their meetings, everybody is there. Do you think that something good will come out from this generation to your heart? They are promoting everything that God is against. And they call natural look of God, they call it ugly. If you are under such ministers, you pay money for beauty. You pay money for everything. Let God arise and let his people eyes be open. I love the story between Esau and Jacob very much. Why? Because Esau witnessed the good things in Jacob's life. Here, number one, he saw the blessings of Jacob, which he rejected. Number two, he saw that his brother has been sent to go and take wife from their uncle. He saw that. He saw that Jacob had obeyed their parents. He saw that Jacob is walking in obedience. Sometimes, when we see people who are doing well in the things of God, when we see the glory of God, we wish to be like them. How many times do you wish to be like somebody that you are trying to be? Remain who you are and reach out to God in that level, and somebody will wish to be like you. I've never wished to be any person. I've never always wished to be me. Because the first time I tried, it backfired on me. When you wish to be like somebody, you jump up picking up his mistakes. Jacob went, obey his father, obey his mother, until the time of the reconciliation. Ladies and gentlemen, the Lord spoke to Jacob to come back and live in the land where he, God, has promised him, and the land that was the inheritance of the birthright was given to Jacob, not Esau. When Jacob was running away from his brother, the Lord met him and said, I will give you this land. And that is why I have problem with the people that speak about Jacob. They have no clue of what the providence of God is. Jacob, a time came for him to reconcile with his brother. And that was one of the highest battle that Jacob had ever had. The one of the strongest battle that Jacob had ever had in his life was to meet his brother Esau. Let's read something and then let's read chapter number 36 of Genesis. Now these are the generation of Esau, who is Edom. Esau took his wife of the daughter of Canaan, Ada, the daughter of Elon, the Hittites, the Alba, the daughter of Anna, the daughter of Zibeon in Hivites, and Bashmel, Ishmael's daughter, sister of Naboth. And Ada bare to Esau Eliphaz, and Bashmite bare Ruel, and Abiloba bare Joash, and Jalem and Korah. These are the sons of Esau, who were born unto him in the land of Canaan. And Esau took his wife and his sons and his daughters and all the person of his house and his cattle and all his beasts and all his substances which he had got, in the land of Canaan, and went into the country from the face of his brother Jacob. For their riches were more than that they might dwell together. They couldn't live together. That is the point I wanted you to know. Esau became rich. The birthright wasn't physical thing, but it was a spiritual inheritance that was supposed to follow. I want you to understand, blessings is not physical. Blessings of God is not physical. It is spiritual. Now materializes in physical. Oh, you are blessed if you know God. You might not have car, you might not have houses, you might not have children, but you are blessed because you have the word of God dwelling in you and God knows you. One thing I want you to understand, that we are living in the modern days, that every preacher, because of self-gain and self-interest, want to preach what people want to hear. What I am standing for, nobody want to hear that. What I am living my life for, nobody want to live for that. Very few, except those people who watch me. But I'm telling you that we are going somewhere. Esau became rich, that he has to go and live on the other side. He couldn't live on the promised land. So the Bible never spoke about him much. The Bible that we are reading, it came from a man that fought for what belongs to him. Inheritance for his children. The judgment of God is coming. Are you fighting for things that will cause you to survive? Are you ready for that? Then I am praying that you begin to discern and look for the will of God. As I'm bringing my teachings to an end, unfortunately I need to cut it now. I want to recommend the life of Jacob unto you. Go to the Bible and read the life of Jacob. He was one of the meekest people, very humble, and a man who was hungry to do the will of God. Listen to this. Chapter number 35, verse 1. And God said unto Jacob, Arise, go up to Bethel, and dwell there, and make there an altar unto God, that appear unto thee when thou fliest from the face of Esau thy brother. And Jacob said unto the household, and to all that they were with him, Put away the strange gods that are among you, and be clean, and change your garment, and let us arise and go up to Bethel, and I will make there an altar unto God, who answered me in the days of my distress, and I was with me in the way which I went. Jacob became distressed. Why? Because of what he was carrying. To carry the divine assignment, sister, is not something easy. But don't let it go out of your hands. God will always protect you and lead you. So now the Lord has spoken to him. Now return to that place. Your brother is blessed. He has forgotten everything that has passed. He has grown up now. Nothing will happen to you. Go, I will protect you. So what did Jacob do? He assembled or summoned all his household, and they gave unto Jacob all the strange gods which were in their hand, and all the earrings which were in their ears. And Jacob hid them under the oak which was by the Shechem. And they journeyed, and the terror of God was upon the cities that were round about them, and they didn't pursue after sons of Jacob. So Jacob came to Luz, which is in the land of Canaan, that is Bethel. He and all the people there were with him. And he built there an altar, and called the place El Bethel, because the God appeared unto him when he fled from face of his brother. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what God can do to a man. Let's jump to verse 9. God appeared unto Jacob again when he came to Bethlehem and blessed him. And God said unto him, Thy name is Jacob. Thy name shall not be called any more Jacob, but Israel shall be thy name. And he called his name Israel. And God said unto him, I am God Almighty, be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a company of nations shall be of thee, and kings shall come out of your loins. And the land which I gave Abraham and Isaac, to thee will I give it, and to thy seed after thee will I give the land. And God went out from him in the place where he talked with him. And Jacob set up a pillar in the place where he talked with him, even a pillar of stone, and poured drink of offering therefore, and he poured oil therefore. And Jacob called the name of that place where God spoke with him, Bethel. Today I'm calling you from every situation where you are. In the Old Testament, anointing oil was not pouring on people. Anointing oil was just pouring as a medium of worship God. Today we are buying anointing oil to pour on us. If God has not blessed you, when Isaac was blessing Jacob, he never gave him anointing oil. He gave him the unction from above. That's what you need. And that unction caused Jacob to hate anything that God hates. He called his household. Now we're going to meet God. Remove every jewelry. Remove every idols on your body. Remove anything that belongs to idols. And come and let us go and worship the Lord. Do you want to go and worship the Lord? In Exodus chapter number 11, chapter 33, verse 4, 5, and 6, the same scripture happened when God warned the children of Israel to remove the idols from their body, other than that he would destroy them. You are serving God in idle hands. The judgment of God is coming against all of you who are changing your color, changing your skin color, changing your fingers color. You are changing everything that you have. You want to put another color on it. May God have mercy upon you. The Lord have called me to blow the trumpet and sound the alarm. Recently, I had the passion and I spoke out of the will of God to the mountain of fire, the ministry in Nigeria. And I believe the pastor heard, and the pastor now made an audio and said that his church is not any church which want to live to please men, but to please God. I wish I can play that audio for you to listen. Beloved, we need pastors that will speak the truth. Maybe somebody will change. I visited that church in Manchester, and what I saw was very sad. I made an audio that went around the whole world, and I believe the man of God heard that audio and changed and spoke harshly against. And he's speaking the same language that I'm speaking now. He said, we don't condone anything which is not fit into what God has made us to be. I pray that pastors all over the world will begin to preach this gospel. We might save people. When the outside change, the inside basically has to change first, and it will reflect on the outside. I'm praying that this message will change your inside. That you live every day for the Lord, accept who you are. You will accept what God has made you to be. And God will bless you for that. Give your heart to God. Seek for ministers and preachers who are condemning what heaven is condemning. Jacob, in the first time in the Bible, who has formed a nation and a family that God has blessed. And they were going to the place to worship God. And God has revealed to Jacob, there are things in your family that I don't want it to go with you there. So in the vision, I presumed. Jacob called his assembly. God has called me to go and meet him and worship him. But no, nothing that belongs to Satan can follow me there. Please bring all of them. And the people went and brought every idol, every jewelry, every adornment, clothes that were exposing their body, trousers, bodies, and jerseys, and things that disqualify a person to be a child of God. They brought it. Jacob buried it. And then he traveled with his family for the blessings of God. Your pastor is saying that there is nothing wrong with that. I don't speak against only fornication. I don't speak against only masturbation. I don't speak against only pornography and lesbianism and homosexuality. No, there are more to that. Look at your outward. What are you wearing? Does it reflect who God says you are? Don't cover up. Remove them and let us go to heaven. Father, I thank you and I worship you. that you are letting your people know that you love them the way you have created them, and everything that you made was good. Father, I pray that let this message reach the hearts of men and save souls. Thank you, Lord, as I lead them to pray and dedicate their hearts unto you. I pray that, Lord, you will accept them and lead them into truth and guide them into all wisdom. I bless your holy name in Jesus' name. Before I pray, I want you to listen to this, the audio that the man of God of Mountain Fire made, which I believe that it is the counter video towards what I made. I don't think I can find it, but I would have played it for you to listen to, which I believe is a life-changing message. Beloved, we are ready to make heaven. And anyone who is not ready now, I am telling you, time is fast running. I want you to dedicate your life to Christ. Okay, this is the video. This is the audio.
And listen to this important announcement, which I'm going to make today, and I'm going to make it on Sunday. The Mountain of Fire and Miracles Ministry is not any other church. It's a peculiar church. It's a battle church. Here we are for serious business. For those who want to possess their possession and those who want to make heaven. The Mountain of Fire and Miracles Ministry is not people friendly. It's God friendly. We're not here to satisfy people. We're here to please the Almighty God. Every church has its blueprint. Every church has its standard. Every church has its own ordinance from God and its own covenant from God. What we are experiencing here at the Presbytery is about 10% of what the Lord wanted to do. And that's because we're having all kinds of things happening now which we do not allow. We're raising the realm of our prayers, and in raising that realm, according to our doctrine, certain things will no longer be permitted at our meetings. We don't normally permit it, but we notice an influx now of people who are doing what we don't do. Fortunately, there are so many churches in Nigeria. It's not compulsory to come to the Mountain of Fire. If you don't like us, then you don't like us. But we're God-friendly, not people-friendly. Beginning from next Sunday, any woman who comes here wearing trousers will be stopped at the gate. Amen. We won't ask them not to come to the service. We will offer wrapper and scarf. If you take it, you enter. Don't want it, go to your church. No problem. After all, you can't walk to see our president in mini skirt with slit to your bottom or with exposed breast. You will dress properly because you are going to see the president. So here now, uncovered hair for women is no longer allowed. Not allowed. We shall offer scarf. Put all that your heavy thing inside the scarf. It's not allowed at all. And this is going to be extended to the prayer city. We will not admit you into deliverance with jewelries, with makeup, with all those things anymore. So here, we are not going to allow transparent clothing anymore. Dresses and skirts that are above the knees will no longer be allowed there. Amen. And sometimes we notice some people with these strange dresses, they come and lie down on our altar, say they are praying. We shall ask you to go away. The Jew is a perfect gentleman, but when he receives instruction from God, we follow it to the letter. It's because we follow that instruction you met us here. Amen. So this is why I'm going to make the announcement twice, so nobody will say they didn't hear. All the sleeveless clothes for women are not allowed. The backless clothes are not allowed. Makeup, not here. You must rub it off before you get here. Listen. All the exposed wig, the wig which is not your hair, you put extra and then you are exposing it. Hide it. You either wrap it up or remove the wig. We don't want to see it streaming outside. If it does, the ushers will politely tell you to take scarf or excuse us. But any other form of indecent dressing will not be allowed. All those men who put heavy chain on their neck and open their body, we shall button you up and remove the chain and ask you to take it. We will button you up and give you your chain to put in your pocket. This is a deliverance ministry. We are not interested in increasing people's bondage. We are interested in setting them free. We can't say, hey, we want you to come, therefore we offend God. No. And then if you are serious with your deliverance, you should not even put those things on. And all those who call themselves MFM women, and you are saying using jewelry, you are not part of us. And all those who were dressing properly before, and they begin to copy them now. Praise the Lord. If you look at my wife, dress like that. Dress like that. That's all. Praise the Lord. It's only ugly women who need makeup. And we don't have ugly women here. Rise up on your feet, please.
Amen. You heard it. That was Mountain of Fire. The General Overseer, Reverend Dr. Olukoya, recently made an audio on that. And I believe that the man of God heard that. You are very important. My voice will be heard. I will blow the alarm and sound the trumpet. Maybe some of these pastors, they will come to their senses and know things are going far. When I made this audio, people came and attacked me. Some of his members came and insulted me because I am ignorant. I am a man with passion but without knowledge. I will send this video by audio to them, and they will listen to what your General Overseer is saying now. I'm sorry, maybe it didn't come well. If you are listening to me on Facebook and you want to hear that both my audio that I made about getting to a month now, yes, in 2-3 weeks ago, and what has come after, the voice will be heard. Don't keep quiet wherever you are. Sound the alarm. We may save few people that are ready to be saved. The man of God said, we are not here to please man and to hurt God. We want to please God and to hurt man. He also said that we are ready to deliver people, but we are not ready to put people into bondage. Wow. I wish some of these pastors over there will hear this thing and begin to silence the wickedness in the church that nobody's addressing. Somebody need to address that. Well, my time is up. I need to go and pick my daughter. So without much ado, let me introduce Jesus to you. Say, Lord Jesus, come into my life. Be my Lord and be my Savior. Save me from myself. Save me from sin. Create in me a clean heart. Renew a right spirit within me. Make me your servant and let me live for you. I thank you because you love me. Holy Spirit, please give me a new heart. Please give me a new mind. Let me know your will. Let me love what you love. And let me hate what you hate. God bless you if you have prayed that prayer. I challenge you to continue to listen to Brother Gabriel 24/7 on Facebook, on YouTube, on WhatsApp. Share my messages, share my audios. Everything that you want to share, please share it for me. That people will come to know the truth. Because the church has gone wild. And we are practicing diabolical and abominable thing that heaven hates. And many people think that they are going to heaven. They claim to profess that they know God, but God doesn't know them. Does God knows you? If you have prayed that prayer and you want to follow this ministry, please contact me on Facebook. Contact me. Become a friend if you are not a friend. And let us chat and share the word of God together and pray together. Father, thank you for this opportunity to raise the alarm of the danger and the imposing threats to your church, oh God, that people will sit up and remove things that causes them to be different from you, from their life. Thank you, Lord. I rebuke every works of the enemy. I destroy the power of darkness. And I pray that, Lord, let the resistance be resisted and let your glory be seen in the hearts of men. I give you worship in Jesus' name. Until we meet again, I love you and God bless you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.